Hindu religion, the god of destruction. So he comes up against these internal patterns that we keep repeating in our own life, things that are holding us back. And if you've ever seen a picture of Nataraj dancing, she was dancing in a ring of fire, and so that ring of fire kind of symbolizes the things that are holding us back, right? So can we sit in that uncomfortable feeling, sit in the fire of transformation, and be in that dance of life? And so take a seat and we'll sit well, allow the eyes to close. And just start with your physical body. Notice how you're feeling physically today. Maybe you're really energized or maybe a little more tired. And go a little deeper still. Check in with your breath. The quality of the breath, how it shows up naturally. And then go even deeper still to the emotional body. Checking in with what's present there. And then set your intention for today. A sankalpa can be overcoming any of those patterns or habitual tendencies that might be holding you back. Gathering palms together at heart center. We'll chant our intention out into the universe with the vibration of Om. We'll start with a breath. Full inhale. Open the mouth and sigh. Inhale for Om. Om. Allow your eyes to open, come back into the room, remove whatever you're sitting on. For today's practice, you might want to have a strap or like a towel or something. We'll be doing some binding. And we're going to start on your belly. So lay down on your belly. You can make like a little pillow for your head. And then I'm just going to slide, I'm going to start with my left knee up into a half frog pose. I'm just sliding the left knee up the mat so it's in line with the left hip. If you need to, you can put a little padding or a blanket or a towel under your knee. And we'll just take this as a more passive stretch at first. So just relaxing, using the floor to open up the hip. And now make it a little more active. Use the muscles of your glutes and your inner thigh to externally rotate the left thigh. And you can actively try to press your left hip down into the ground. And take some nice deep breaths here. And just as you're opening up the left hip, try not to let the right hip sink out to the side. So hug your right sitting bone in towards the left so the hips are hugging in towards each other. And take one more breath here. And then gently extend the left leg back behind you. And then we'll just switch to the other side. So you can stay where you are. I'll just turn so you can see. We're going to slide the right knee up into that half frog position. We'll take a breath, just relaxing here in a more passive pose. And then actively use the muscles. And just notice for yourself what muscles need to be engaged to externally rotate the thigh. The glutes, the inner thigh, as well as the left hip. Let that get involved as well. So the left hip is hugging in towards the right. One more deep breath, pressing that right hip down to the floor. And extend both legs back behind you, hands under shoulders. Child's pose, hips to heels. You can take a little rock from side to side, opening up through the hips. Come up into tabletop position. And then lift your right leg so it's in the air. Take a full breath in. Knee to nose as you breathe out. Extend the right leg back as you inhale. Right knee to right upper arm. Exhale. Inhale, right leg back. Cross to the left upper arm. And then inhale the right leg back. Curl the toes under, bring your right toes to the floor, and pulse the heel towards the back of the mat so you get a little calf stretch. Seal the right heel down, and then walk to the long edge of the mat. So walk your hands to the right, so you can come and stand up on your left knee in gate pose. Inhale the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, bring your right hand to the right leg. You're going to side bend towards the extended leg. Lateral side bend. Breathing into the left side of the rib cage, the left side of the lungs. Full breath in, full breath out. And then inhale, come back up. The right knee is going to bend, so you're coming into like a modified warrior two. Right foot is on the floor. And just like we were working that external rotation in the thigh in half frog, really open up that right hip. Feel the right knee move to the right side of the mat. And then take right elbow to right thigh. Reach the left arm up and over the ear for a modified side angle. Come back into warrior two. Bring the left hand down by the left hip and reach the right arm up and over the ear. Breathing in. And then tabletop position as you breathe out. Extend the left leg back, inhale. Knee to nose, exhale. Inhale, left leg back. Left knee, left upper arm. Inhale, reach it back. Cross to the right upper arm. Inhale, reach the leg back. Curl the left toes under. Pulse the left heel to the back of the mat. Seal the back heel down. Walk your hands to the left side of the mat. Stand on your right knee. Inhale the arms up, gate pose. Left hand to left thigh, right arm up and over. Find that side bend. Nice stretch through the groin on the left leg. And then inhale, reach both arms up. You're going to turn out the left foot, bend the knee for that warrior two modified position. Really feel that external rotation in the left thigh. Use those muscles to roll the hip open. Left elbow to left thigh, right arm reaches up and over. Lengthening the right side body. Take a breath here. Come back into warrior two. Right hand to the mat, left arm reaches up and over the ear. Take a nice deep breath. And then come back into tabletop position. So we'll do that again, right leg back, inhale. Knee to nose, exhale. Inhale, extend right leg. Exhale, knee to upper arm. Inhale, reach it back. Cross to the left upper arm. Inhale, reach it back. Curl the toes under, bring right foot to the mat. And then walk to the right side of the mat. Gate pose, inhale the arms up. Exhale, right hand down, left hand up and over, side bend. Inhale, reach up. Find that warrior two, bend the right knee. Right elbow, right thigh, side angle. Reach the arm up and over, breathe in. Then come back to warrior two. Left hand down to the mat. This time reach your right arm up and lift the right leg up. So it's like a modified half moon. Breathing in and breathing out. Bring the hand and foot back down to the mat. Come into tabletop position. Left leg extends back, breathe in. Knee to nose as you breathe out. Really use your breath. Inhale, extend the leg. Knee to left upper arm. Inhale, reach back. Knee to right upper arm. Inhale, reach back. Curl the toes under. Walk to the left side of the mat and stand on the right knee, arms up, gate pose. Left hand to left thigh, right arm up and over. And then inhale, both arms up. Warrior two, open up the arms. Side angle. Inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Right hand to the mat. Reach the left arm up as you lift the left leg for your modified half moon pose. Breathing in, breathing out. And come back into table. Curl the toes under, downward facing dog. Lifting the hips up and back. You can take a few deep breaths and move around. Stretching out through the back of the legs and really lengthening the spine. Lifting the hips up and back. Take a slow walk to the top of the mat. We'll come into a forward fold here. And just hang over the legs. And shake your head yes and no. Grab opposite elbows, sway from side to side. Slowly roll your way up to stand. And bring hands at heart center. Mountain pose, recalling your intention. Take a full breath in. And a long breath out. On the inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. Step the right leg back. Drop the back knee down. Reach your arms up. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands to the mat. Downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward into plank pose. Exhale, lower halfway chaturanga. Hold there, breathing in. Lower all the way to the mat as you breathe out. Untuck the toes. Pull the heart forward, Cobra Pose. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Right leg lifts. Breathe in. Step forward as you breathe out. Drop the back knee down. Inhale the arms up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step forward, forward fold. Inhale, rise and reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Left leg steps back. Drop the back knee down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Roll forward into plank as you inhale. Lower chaturanga and hold here. Breathing in. Lower all the way to the mat as you breathe out. Cobra Pose, really use the back muscles. Hug the shoulder blades together. Breathe in. Down dog as you breathe out. Left leg lifts. Inhale. Step forward as you exhale. Back knee down. Inhale the arms up. Exhale. Step forward. Forward fold. Inhale, rise and reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Moving with the breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Right leg steps back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale for chaturanga. We'll move into cobra or up dog as you breathe in. Nice, downward facing dog as you breathe out. Right leg lifts, inhale. Step forward, exhale. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hands to the mat, forward fold. Inhale, rise and reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Breathing well, left leg steps back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, down dog. Take your vinyasa mindfully. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. You can always put the knees down if you need to. Inhale, down dog. Exhale. Left leg lifts, breathe in. Step forward as you breathe out. Back knee down, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the mat. forward fold. Inhale, rise and reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. And just feel in for your heartbeat and your breath. And separate your feet. Interlace hands behind your back. Inhale, gaze up. And exhale, fold forward. Step the right leg back. And as you do, reach your arms up into high lunge. Inhale. Open up, warrior two as you exhale. Reaching through the arms, getting that hip open on the left knee. As you inhale, turn your palms up towards the ceiling. So you want to feel this external rotation in the upper arm. And then as you exhale, turn the thumb down, internally rotate the upper arm. We'll do that a few times. So inhale, turn the palms up, external rotation. Exhale, internal rotation. Inhale, palms up. Exhale, turn the palms down. Opening up the shoulders. And find your warrior two. Reverse, tip it back. Inhale. Cartwheel hands to the mat. Sit back to plank. And take your vinyasa. Breathing in. Downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, gaze forward. Either walk or hop to the top of the mat. Flat back, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Rise and reach up, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. Interlace hands behind your back, opposite thumb on top. Gaze up, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Left leg steps back, inhale the arms up, high lunge. Inhale. Warrior two. You should feel the left knee move into the left side of the mat. Turn the palms up towards the ceiling. Inhale, external rotation. And turn the palms down and under, internal rotation. Inhale to flip it up. And exhale, turn it under. Inhale, flip it up. And exhale, turn it under. And then find that neutral warrior position. Tip back, reverse, inhale. Cartwheel hands to the mat, exhale. And take your vinyasa. 3 breaths in downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, gaze forward. Either hop or walk to the top of the mat. Flat back, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Rise and reach up. Inhale. Hands to heart. Exhale. Interlace the hands behind you. Open up the chest. Inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. And you can bend the knees here. Step the right leg back. Inhale, arms up. High lunge. Breathe in. Open up warrior two as you breathe out. Reverse warrior. Inhale. Side angle. Let's just take it elbow to knee. Right arm up and over to start. Breathing in and breathing out. Right hand to hip. Look down at the floor. Maybe grab your block or put your hand on the floor for half moon pose. Reach the crown of the head forward. Energize the back leg. And then you can reach the right arm up for 3. And out for 2. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Inhale. Draw the left knee in towards your chest and cross it over the right knee, hands to heart, figure 4 chair. So opening up that leg that we were just balancing on for 3. Sit a little lower, hips down and back, chest up. Breathing into that left hip. And then lift the left knee, reach your arms up, breathe in. Feet to the mat, hands by your side, mountain pose. Interlace the hands, opposite thumb on top. Open the chest, gaze up, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Left leg steps back, high lunge, inhale. Open up warrior two, exhale. Reverse warrior, breathe in. Take right elbow to right knee. Left arm up and over as you breathe out. Stay here for a breath. And then setting up for half moon, hand to hip. Maybe grab your block as you lift the left leg up. Really extending out through all the limbs. Rolling your left hip open for 3. Breathing in, radiating from the center for 2. And chair pose. Squaring off the hips, inhale, arms up. Draw the right knee in towards your chest, cross it over the left thigh for figure 4 chair. So I'm sending the hips down and back as you lift the chest towards your thumbs. For 3, for 2, and then rise up, reach up, lift the right knee, inhale. Hands and feet by your side. Mountain pose, great work. So grab your strap or towel or whatever you have. Take the strap into your left hand. Bend the left elbow, grab it with the right hand. So you're finding this stretch here. Then we're going to go into Gomukasana Arms. So reaching the right arm out to the side, internally rotate the arm, and drape it behind your back. And you can start to walk your hands closer together, trying to get the elbows more in line with the spine. Okay. Take chair pose. Step the right leg back. High lunge. Breathing in. Open up. Warrior two. Lift the left elbow as you go into reverse warrior. So really think of lifting the left elbow up. It's going to get into that side body and the side bend. Stay here, breathing in, breathing out. Hold on to the strap with your left hand and bring the left hand to your left elbow to left knee. And you can find like a half bind with the right arm wrapped behind your back. If you want to go into the full bind, we have the strap in the left hand, so you can thread the strap underneath your left thigh and grab it with the right hand. Roll your heart towards the ceiling, and the strap gives you a little extra room to find that rotation in the torso. Breathing in and out for 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. You can either stay here or slowly start to straighten the left knee and come into a bound triangle. Really mindful of that front hamstring. Nice work. Release your hands down to the mat. You can let go of the strap. Bring the right hand to the mat. Lift your left arm up. And we're going to go into side plank. So roll to the outer edge of the right foot. Turn the left toes out. You can either stay there or step both feet back. Vashisthasana, lift the hips up. Use the obliques, the transverse abdominals for 5. Breathing for 4. 3. Nice work for 2. Reach the left arm to the top of the mat, inhale. And then chaturanga, exhale. Breathing in. Downward facing dog. As you breathe out, take 3 breaths in down dog. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, gaze forward. Hop or walk to the top of the mat. Flat back, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. You can grab your strap and rise back up to stand. This time you're going to take the strap into your right hand, bend the right elbow, grab it with the left, find that little tricep stretch, and then reach the left arm out, internally rotating so that you can find the Gomukasana Arms. The strap is there to give you more space, and kind of walking the elbows more to the center line. Chair pose, so nice bend in the knees. Step the left leg back. High lunge, inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Reverse warrior, really lifting up through the right side body, lifting up through the right elbow. Breathing in, and breathing out. And then hold on to the strap with the right hand, right elbow to right knee. So our wrapped pose, you have the back arm wrapped around, or you can thread the strap underneath the right thigh. Think of bottom ribs wrapping forward, top ribs rolling back. We're in that extra space with the strap. We'll let you rotate your torso. And we're in this bind where we're kind of constrained in the pose with our arms. So you really have to kind of experiment with the alignment, see what works for you here. For 3, breathing in, and out for 2. And then option, if you want to take that bound triangle, just slowly straightening the front knee. And breathing out. Awesome. Hands to the mat. We're going to go into our side plank, so really firm up the left shoulder on the upper back. Roll to the outer side of the left foot. Vashisthasana for 5. And out for 4. Breathing in. And out for 3. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Reach the right arm to the top of the mat. And then take chaturanga, exhale. Breathing in. Down dog as you breathe out. Roll forward into plank pose. Strength building core. Firm up the thighs. Squeeze the glutes for 5. Nice deep breaths for 4. Really using Ujjayi pranayama for 3. In and out of the nose. Nice and controlled. For 2. Inhale. Chaturanga. Exhale, hold there, inhale, lower all the way to the mat. All the way down. Fingertips on the outside of the mat for a wide cobra. So inhale as you come up, and exhale, lower down. Again, inhale, cobra, exhale, lower down. Last one, Cobra Pose. And this time, bend your knees. Use your hamstrings and your glutes to get the toes to point towards the ceiling. Breathing in. And lower down as you breathe out. Hands on your shoulders. Send the hips back towards a child's pose. Rock your hips from side to side. Take a nice deep breath. And come back into downward facing dog. Big breath in through the nose, over the mouth and sigh. Gazing forward to the top of the mat. You can hop or walk your way there. Flat back, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, rise and reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. You can grab your strap. We'll be moving into King Dancer pose in Uttarasana. The transformer, the destroyer. So the destroyer of your habitual tendencies. So to come into King Dancer, we're going to use the strap to flip your grip. So start by holding the strap in your hand with the palm face up, and you can kind of serve it behind you. Now I have a circle strap. You can make a loop in your strap, or depending on what you have, make it a little longer if you need to. And I'm actually holding onto the wall. So using the wall is not cheating. Okay, because this is a really tough balancing pose. So I'm having my hand face up, and then bringing the elbow out to the side to square off. And that's how you kind of flip your grip in this pose. Again, a longer strap might mean your foot's down there, so that could help. Once you're there, right, you could bring both hands to the strap And then you can start to kick your foot into the strap. Yeah, remember to give yourself more length if you need it. And yeah, this is a balancing pose. It's a hamstring, hip opening, back bend. It really combines a lot of different elements into one pose. This looks really, really good, guys. And it's all an experiment, right? Balance is a tough one. Eventually, you can start to work your way, your hands up the strap, right, until you're able to grab onto the foot, or not. The strap kind of gives you that completion of the bind, that feeling of being contained. And then once you have it, you really try to square off the hips and square off the shoulders. It creates that container for you. Beautiful. You can take a little rest and maybe shake out that side when you're ready. We'll try the other side. And one shoulder is like going to be a little more open than the other. That's what I noticed. My left is a little tighter. So just take it as it goes from side to side. So kind of serving up like a platter. I have the strap in my hand and then putting the foot in the strap and then that elbow out to the side. And then that's kind of how you hug the knee and the elbow in towards the midline. There's this suction in towards the center line and then a kicking and a pulling. You kick the foot into the strap. You pull the strap with your hand. You could do it with one hand. You could do it with two. Sometimes I have to spread out the toes to really catch the strap. We're opening up the shoulders and the hips, and there's just really so much going on. It's sometimes hard to figure out what to concentrate on. So just hug in towards the midline. Think about your standing leg, and then growing taller. Right. Beautiful. We're just going to balance that out with a little tree pose. So you can place your strap to the side, lift your right knee, bring the right knee out to the side, and then you can place the foot wherever you like, on the upper thigh, shin, ankle. You can start with hands on hips, and then interlace the fingers and reach the arms up overhead. You can feel the upper arm spiraling in towards your crown, palm of the hand reaching up while your feet press down, so you're lengthening in both directions. And if you want a real challenge, you can close your eyes or look up at your hands, just changing the proprioception and really feel your body in space. Okay, gently release, let the right knee point forward and place the foot on the ground. And then to come into it, lift the left knee, bring it out to the side, so that nice open hip, and then you can place the foot in. Get really solid, that hugging into the midline. And then you can interlace the fingers and reach the arms overhead. You're like a column of energy, reaching up, grounding down, hugging in, very dynamic. And steady with the breath. Maybe play with your focus if you close the eyes or look up. Standing in your fire, that place of transformation. Be present in it. Let the knee point forward, placing the foot back down on the mat. Widen your feet, you can turn the toes out, inhale, arms up. You're going to sit down between the heels, come into Navasana. Take a full breath in, press into the feet and rise up again. Inhale to sit down. Exhale, rising up for 8. Inhale. Exhale, lift for 7. Inhale. Exhale for 6. Inhale, use your core for 5. Inhale, press into the heels for 4. Inhale. Exhale for 3. Inhale. Exhale 2. And then inhale Exhale, 1. Come back down into that squat. Close your eyes. Notice what you feel. Fire and heat being generated. And coming back to your breath. Reach the arms forward. Lower yourself down to sit. Come into Navasana. Boat pose. Here we go. Inhale. Half boat as you exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower for 5. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower for 4. Inhale, lift. Lower for 3. Inhale, lift. Lower for 2. Inhale, lift. Lower and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift back up. Feet to the mat. Hands outside hips. Lift your hips up. Breathe in. Open the mouth, sigh. One more big breath in. Sigh it out. And then lower yourself down. Widen the feet. Rock the knees from side to side. Little massage for the glutes. And then you can just take this all the way down onto your back. Laying on your back for a bridge preparation. Heels are close enough that you can touch with your fingertips. Feet are parallel. Breathe in. Lift the hips up into bridge pose. You can grab the outer edges of the mat or interlace hands behind you. Squeeze the inner thighs together so that hugging in towards the midline. Lengthening the tailbone towards your heels. Reaching the crown of the head towards the top of the mat. Squeeze the glutes, tuck the tailbone a little bit more. Inhale. And slowly lower down as you exhale. Maybe a little rock of the knees here to release. So option to do bridge pose again. I'll be leading us into wheel pose, or upward facing bow. You could also do a restorative bridge if you want to chill out a little bit and just place a block underneath the lower back. So your choice. Setting up the feet, I'll be going into wheel. So you can bring the hands by your ears. Take a full breath in. Press into the hands and feet. Maybe lightly come to the top of the head before pressing all the way up. Really press the chest towards the top of the mat, or the chest through your arms. Let the crown of the head just dangle towards the floor. So you're not looking at the floor, you're not looking straight back. Nice neutral spine. And you can maybe rock the chest forward through the shoulders a few times. Opening up the upper back. When you're ready, take your time to come out. And then we'll rest in Kanasana, soles of the feet together. Knees apart. One hand over the heart. And one hand over the belly. Breathe into the belly, into the ribs, into the chest. Then breathe out from the chest, the ribs, and the belly. Allowing your breath to slow down. Bring the knees together, feet on the floor, arms out to the side. Shift the hips over to the right. I'm going to cross the legs right over the left and let them fall to the left. You can also have your legs uncrossed. Try to press the right shoulder down to the mat. And take some deep breaths in your belly. Changing sides. So you can shift the hips over to the left, cross the left leg over the right. Knees fall to the right. Press that left shoulder down. onto your back, happy baby. Or any other pose that you might want to do if you feel like you need a shoulder stand or plow or a forward fold. Anything to complete your practice here. Take about 5 breaths. Again, intuitively checking in. How are you feeling physically? How are you feeling with the breath? Feeling emotionally? And then when you feel complete in that movement, find a place for relaxation, either Shavasana, or you can take a seated meditation. You can begin to notice the shift. Still staying in the practice. So even though there's a hint of an ending, we're not quite there yet. So try not to move on to your next to-do list or breakfast or whatever might be next. Try to be here now. Notice the imprint of the practice. Taking a deep breath in. Then open the mouth, sigh. Letting it all go. Allowing yourself to completely do nothing. Releasing all expression from the face. Relaxing the jaw. Letting the tongue hang loose at the bottom of the mouth. Gently begin to wiggle fingers and toes as you reawaken the body. Deepening the breath, inviting in the greater energy. And as you're ready, bend the knees, roll to one side, and come to a seated position. Once you're seated, you can bring your right hand into Yana Mudra. So it's having the thumb and the ring finger available. You're going to use the thumb to cover the right nostril and the ring finger to cover the left nostril in a calming Nadi Shodhana breath. So together we'll start by taking a breath in. Cover the right nostril, exhale out the left. And then inhale through the left. Switch, exhale from the right. Inhaling through the right. Switching and exhaling through the left. And continue just like that. Inhaling, switching, and exhaling. Nadi Shodhana. This calming alternate nostril breath after a vigorous practice to bring us back into homeostasis, this equilibrium. Just calming the nervous system, balancing the energy channels, the nadis. And as you do this, you can use Ujjayi breath. The vibration of the sound of Ujjayi gently massages the nadis, the energy channels as we breathe. Whenever you've exhaled out of the left nostril, you'll have completed a round. Take your time. You can just release the hand down and return back to natural breathing. Checking in with the physical body. Checking in with the breath. And again, checking in with the emotional body. Just like we did at the beginning of class, notice if anything has shifted or changed. And gathering palms together in front of your heart, recalling your intention, your sankalpa. We'll close our practice to the vibration of Om. Take a deep inhale. Bow inwardly towards yourself, send some gratitude and for your hard work and